Prime Minister Narendra Modi attends G20 summit in Rome, meets Pope ahead of the summit. Voting completed for assembly by polls in 4 states of the Northeast. Prime Minister Modi lauds Manipur for highest ranking in region for registration in MSMEs and employment generation. Union Minister of State for Panchayati Raj expresses satisfaction at utilization of central schemes in Nagaland. And in T20 cricket, Sri Lanka sets a target of 143 runs for South Africa in Sharjah. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of Doordarshan Guwahati. This is Hankita Kakuti Pathak, and now the stories in detail. The 16th G20 summit has begun in Rome today evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is participating in the summit along with other heads of state of G20 member countries, the European Union and other invited countries and international organizations. This year the summit is centered around the theme People, Planet, Prosperity. The thrust of the summit is on economic and health recovery, climate change and sustainable development. Meanwhile, with today's session being held on global health and economy, India will act as a strong advocate in the G20 for supporting equitable and affordable access to COVID-19 disease control tools, including vaccines and diagnostic through technology transfer. Furthermore, New Delhi has also proposed mutual recognition of COVID-19 vaccine certificate at the G20. As for tomorrow's session in the summit, discussions will be held on climate change and environment and sustainable development.
एक छत के नीचे G20 में यहाँ मौजूद हैं, तो साफ तौर पर कहते हैं कि people.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today met Pope Francis at the Vatican City ahead of the G20 summit. According to sources, Modi and Pope Francis discussed a wide range of issues aimed at making the planet better, such as fighting climate change and removing poverty. Consequently, the meeting that was scheduled for 20 minutes continued for an hour. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister also invited the Pope to visit India. It may be recalled that the last papal visit to India was in 1999. In Assam, peaceful voting has been completed for the by-polls in 5 assembly seats. Approximately 64.58% poll percentage was announced till the latest reports came in, whereas polling was continued till 5 p.m. in the evening. Meanwhile, webcasting was being done to keep an eye on the poll process. A total of 31 candidates representing the ruling BJP and its ally UPPL, opposition party Congress, AIUDF, BPF and independent candidates are in the fray. In Meghalaya too, voting has been completed peacefully for the by-polls in 3 assembly seats. The overall poll percentage stood at 64.03 till the latest reports came in, whereas voting continued till 4 p.m. A total of 13 candidates from the ruling NPP and its coalition partner UDP, opposition party Congress and independent candidates are in the fray. In Mizoram, voting for the by-poll for the Turial Assembly seat in Kolasib district near the Assam border has been completed to decide the fate of 4 candidates. Kolasib District Election Officer Dr. H. Lalthangliana said that polling began peacefully in all 27 polling stations at 7 a.m. and continued till 6 p.m. The approximate poll percentage stood at 66.59 till the last reports came in. However, these voters who entered the premises of polling centres before 6 p.m. will be allowed to cast their votes after the deadline as per normal procedure, he said. The by-poll to the Turial seat was held following the death of incumbent MLA Andrew H. Thangliana of Zoram People's Movement in August 2021. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Manipur for being one of the highest-ranking states in the northeast region in registration of both micro, small and medium enterprises, that is MSMEs, and employment generation. Modi has asked Manipur to keep up the good work of leveraging the strength of the MSME sector in order to further the state's progress. Meanwhile, Manipur's Chief Minister N. Biren Singh informed that nearly 1 lakh jobs have been created by MSMEs in Manipur. This data is based on Government of India's analysis of Udyam registration data. In Nagaland, Minister of State for Panchayati Raj Kapil Moreshwar Patil held a press interaction on Friday in Kohima. The Union Minister stated that his main aim behind the visit was to have an overview of the central schemes being implemented in the state. As a result, he said that his visits to the villages have been satisfactory as the people have utilized the central schemes in a good way. He also appealed to the state government to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Panchayati Raj so that people are benefited financially. Patil mentioned that Nagaland is blessed with rich culture and tradition and climate as well, which will boost the tourism industry. He further informed that his meeting with the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister has been fruitful to a great extent, and discussions on further strengthening of good bonds were carried out. Meghalaya Governor Satyapal Malik was inducted as the chief patron of the Meghalaya Bharat Scouts and Guides in a ceremony held at the Raj Bhavan, Shillong. The Meghalaya governor hoped that he would be able to lend his support to the movement for the betterment of the society. Meanwhile, D.P. Walang, State Chief Commissioner, Meghalaya Bharat Scouts and Guides, informed that following the directives of the Scouts and Guides movement from the national headquarters New Delhi to increase the membership of the Scouts and Guides in the country to a total of 1 crore by 2025, the Meghalaya chapter of the movement has issued directives to all schools, colleges and universities to identify faculty members and also to motivate students to join the group.
On being inducted and installed as a chief patron of the Meghalaya Bharat Scouts and Guides, and I urge upon each and every member to span out its arms in more such initiatives and utilize the young people's force to motivate and generate awareness among the general masses.
As of now, the Scout and Guides movement from the national headquarters in New Delhi has given and has started a new project to increase the membership growth of the Scouts and Guides in the country to a
With an aim to boost football in the state, Arunachal Chief Minister Pema Khandu, also being the president of the Arunachal Pradesh Football Association, discussed on encouraging football at the grassroots level with the Tawang District Football Association during their meeting today. The minister said they further discussed on promoting the game through various tournaments. In T20 Cricket World Cup, chasing a target of 143, South Africa were 102 for 4 wickets in 16 overs against Sri Lanka in Sharjah till the last reports came in. Put into bat, Sri Lanka scored 142 all out in the stipulated 20 overs. Meanwhile, in another match to be played later in the evening, England will take on Australia in Dubai, whereas India will face New Zealand tomorrow in Dubai as well. In Sikkim, the 14th convocation of the Institute of Chartered Financial Analysts of India, ICFI, was held at Gangtok. This year, 678 students graduated from the ICFI University from various departments, which included 14 gold medal and 13 silver medal recipients. The university also awarded the Chief Minister's Gold Medal Award to the overall performer, which was backed by Nagam Yoka. Addressing the function, Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang stated that despite the pandemic, students were successful in completing their respective courses. He congratulated them and expressed his best wishes for their future endeavours. The Chief Minister further added that his government is committed to make Sikkim an educational hub. In the COVID update from across the nation, more than 105 crore 49 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. As per the Health Ministry data, India reported more than 14,000 new cases during the last 24 hours, with which India's active caseload now stands at 1,61,555. Meanwhile, the recovery rate currently stands at 98.19%. Over 13,000 people have recovered in the last 24 hours, while at the total recovery stands at 3 crore 36 lakhs. In the COVID scenario from the northeast, Arunachal Pradesh has a total of 108 active cases, followed by 54,755 discharge cases. The dead account for 280. Reporting 2,444 active cases, Assam has a caseload of 6,367 released cases. The tally for the dead is 5,992. Manipur has 871 active cases and 1,20,819 released cases. The death toll is 1,919. Weighed down by 482 active cases, Meghalaya has 81,628 released cases, while the death toll touched 1,449. In Mizoram, the number for active cases is 7,107, followed by 1,13,246 cured cases. The count for the dead is 427. With 222 active cases, Nagaland has a total of 30,905 released cases, while the dead account for 684. Sikkim has 176 active cases, while the discharge cases touched a total of 31,377. The death toll is 395. And finally, Tripura records a total of 116 active cases, 83,527 cured cases, while the death toll stands at 816. For more updates, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. And to end the news, the main points once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attends G20 summit in Rome, meets a Pope ahead of the summit. Voting completed for assembly by polls in 4 states of Northeast. Prime Minister Modi lauds Manipur for highest ranking in region for registration in MSMEs and employment generation. Union Minister of State for Panchayati Raj expresses satisfaction at utilization of central schemes in Nagaland. And in T20 cricket, Sri Lanka sets a target of 143 runs for South Africa in Sharjah. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.